like you had a lot to get over today. Black women always have something to get over.
People don't know how expensive it is to be poor.
Jania, a single mother, lives in a rundown apartment with her frequently ill daughter, Aria. Dirty dishes, leftover food and grime clutter the house. The apartment is always hot because their fan barely works. Their neighbor plays loud music all night, forcing Aria to wear headsets to sleep. When the alarm sounds, Jania removes Aria's headsets and wakes her for school. While bathing Aria, Jania warns her not to touch her science project with wet hands. If it gets wet, it won't work, she says. She spent her last dollar on wires and batteries for it. Aria insists she's old enough to bathe herself, but Jania replies, "I don't want you to fall and hurt yourself again." Aria then shares that her teacher mocks her for not affording the $40 lunch fee, announcing it in front of the class. Jania, upset, asks, "Does she say that in front of everyone?" Aria nods. Disappointed but focused, Jania prepares Aria for school to get to work on time. On her way out, Jania gives change to a neighbor in a wheelchair. This angers her landlord, who threatens eviction unless rent is paid by 10 a.m. Jania explains she'll pay today after getting her paycheck. She also asks the landlord to tell the neighbors to lower their music at night so Aria can sleep. The landlord refuses, saying they paid their rent. "If you don't pay by 10 a.m., you're out." Jania drives Aria to school and at the entrance promises to bring the $40 lunch money after getting paid. At her grocery store job, Jania assists a customer who tries to pay with a WIC card for ineligible items. Jania explains the card's restrictions and refuses payment. Angered, the customer throws a bottle at her. Her unsympathetic boss orders her to clean up the mess. In the back room, a co-worker, aware of Jania's struggles,
Did that bitch cut you? No, it's okay.
She offers her cash. Jania declines, saying, "We get paid today. I'll sort my bills."
We get paid today. I'm gonna be okay.
Then she receives a call from Aria's school, claiming Aria was injured, and Child Protective Services CPS wants to take her into custody. Jania explains Aria's bathtub fall, but her boss interrupts, threatening her job. She says she must go to Aria's school. Her boss demands she return in 30 minutes. She requested for her paycheck, but her boss refuses to release her paycheck. Jania rushes to the bank to withdraw $40 from her $47 balance. She explains to the bank manager saying she need the money urgently, but the manager insists she join the long queue. At the school, Jania sees Aria struggling with CPS officials, who refuse to release her. Children have to be in good hands and needs to be taken care of, they said. They claim Aria arrives at school hungry and unclean, citing her teacher. Jania, upset, glares at the teacher. She insists she bathes Aria and follows her doctor's prescriptions. The CPS official hands Jania her card and leaves, leaving Jania distressed. Driving back to work in the rain, Jania gets stuck in traffic. She accidentally cuts off a driver, an off-duty police officer. Determined to cause chaos, he rams her car, causing her to lose control of the wheel. She eventually stopped the car, but the car won't restart. While checking the car bonnet, a female officer arrives. Jania explains the incident, but the off-duty officer accuses her of hitting his car, threatening and harassing her while he flaunts his badge.
"I'm gonna find a legal way to fucking blow your brains out, you hear me? Hey, come on, I got this."
The female officer requests Jania's license and registration, which she brought out from the car but expired, leading to her car being impounded. Soaked, Jania returns to work after 2 hours. Her boss scolds her for staying that long. Eventually firing her, she requested for her paycheck again, but her boss refuses to give her again, explaining she will get it from the mail in 3 days. At home, she finds her belongings outside. She's been evicted. Crying, she packs Aria's science project and medicine in a backpack to protect them from the rain. Jania returns to the store to demand her paycheck, explaining her eviction. 2 armed robbers burst in, demanding for money in Aria's backpack. When Jania refuses to hand over the backpack, they assault her. In the struggle, she grabs the gun from one of the robber and shoots him. The other flees. Her former boss accuses her of orchestrating the robbery, noting the robber knew her name from her name tag. He calls the police, claiming Jania planned it. Panicking, Jania fatally shoots him and flees with her paycheck. At the bank, now closed, Jania persuades the security guard to let her in. The manager, Nicole, recognizes her from earlier, let her in. Jania, claiming her ID was stolen, begs the teller to cash her paycheck. The teller refuses without ID. Desperate, Jania pulls a gun, prompting the teller to comply. The teller triggers a silent alarm, and Nicole alerts the police, claiming Jania has a gun and a bomb in her backpack. Detectives Raymond and Grimes, investigating the grocery store incident, review CCTV footage showing Jania's actions. They interrogated the store staff, who described Jania as a good person. At Jania's apartment, they learn of her eviction. Then, they're informed of the bank situation. Inside, tellers give Jania cash beyond her $521 paycheck. Confused, she clarifies she only wants her check's amount.
Check is for $521. Cash my check.
Nicole tells customers to leave, but they refuse, citing long wait times. Meanwhile, the police arrived at the bank, planning on how to get the hostages out of the bank. A customer rushes Jania, causing her to fire her gun, sparking chaos. The security guard and customer escape, explaining the gunshot to the police. Jania's actions hit the news, labeling her a bank robber and murderer. The bank phone rings, and Nicole hands it to Jania. Recognizing the caller's voice, Janiyah hangs up. Detective Raymond, a former army negotiator, offers to call Janiyah back, explaining she needs someone she can relate with, since she was robbed by a man, set up by a man, and she killed a man. The other officers complied. They called the bank manager and told her to put the phone on speaker. Detective Raymond asked about the gunshot and hostage's safety. Janiyah insists she's not robbing the bank, only cashing her check to pay for Aria's lunch, while she explains her struggles. Raymond builds rapport with Janiyah over the phone, urging Janiyah to release the hostages. Janiyah explained she wasn't going to hurt anyone. All she needed was to cash her check and give her daughter money for lunch. After much persuasion, Janiyah ends the call. Nicole hand over Janiyah her $521. Janiyah gives Nicole $40 for Aria's lunch, but Nicole suggests Aria would want it from her mother. Janiyah, seeing the off-duty officer who threatened and harassed her earlier on TV, refuses, fearing he'll kill her. A teller secretly live-streams the situation. An elderly customer asks to sit.
I need to sit down.
And Nicole provides a chair. Janiyah pleads for time to think. Another customer insists she surrender, frustrating her. The couple leaves. The police were confused of Janiyah's intentions, as she leaves the couples to walk out of the bank without doing nothing. Janiyah orders Nicole to lock the door. Aria's science project beeps, terrifying everyone, who mistake it for a bomb. Janiyah stops it, and pleaded with everyone to stay with her, because she don't want that police officer to kill her, explaining she is all her daughter got. She offers chairs to the tellers, empathizing with their long hours. Her actions confuse the police about her intentions, causing the police to call again. Unknowingly to them, she was live, and people were watching this time. Janiyah shares her story with Detective Raymond, insisting she's not robbing the bank, only cashing her check to pay for Aria's lunch. She explains her struggles, Aria's illness, CPS, her firing, eviction, and the off-duty officer's harassment gaining public sympathy. Janiyah agreed to come out only when the officer who threatened her life leaves. After the call, Detective Raymond, who was already emotional and sympathetic, set out to find the officer who threatened Janiyah's life. Janiyah, on the other hand, noticed the bank's camera. Nicole leads her to the control room, where she disables the bank's CCTV cameras. The elderly customer empathizes with Janiyah about her situation. Janiyah grows cold as the bank air conditioner were high. Nicole gives Janiyah a jacket, sparking a brief chat about perfume and marriage. However, the FBI came to the crime scene and wanted to take over. Night came, and noise emerged from outside the bank. Nicole went to check what the noise was all about. She told Janiyah the crowd outside was for her, as they were chanting "Free Janiyah," including Benny, the neighbor in a wheelchair, who she always give change, came for her. The bank grows hot after police cut the air conditioning. Janiyah, used to heat, remains calm as she announces to them of having no air conditioning in her apartment, and was always sleeping in heat, leaving all of them asking how she copes. She asks Nicole to care for Aria if she's arrested. Nicole agrees. The elderly customer, diabetic, feels ill. Janiyah urges Nicole to get her medical help. Nicole escorts the old woman out but returns despite police resistance. The science project beeps again. Janiyah stops it, as she explained her daughter made it, and it was her science project. One of the tellers curiously asked if it wasn't a bomb. Janiyah explains it's not a bomb but Aria's project. They all breathe in relief, realizing it wasn't a bomb. Janiyah urged Nicole to tell the police it wasn't a bomb, but Nicole advises against telling the police, as they have policies regarding explosives, and that's the only thing keeping them from coming in and storming the bank. A teller, Tessa, lied about using the bathroom. She then secretly writes a note on the bathroom window, signaling the police that the bomb is fake. Raymond identifies the off-duty officer. She rushed to him and punched him, having him apprehended. She then went back to call Janiyah. She told Janiyah she found the officer and he has been apprehended. Janiyah doubted it, requesting for a picture evidence to know if truly it was the officer. Determined, Detective Raymond walks towards the bank, sending Janiyah a photo via Nicole. Janiyah confirms it's the officer and releases the hostages, but Nicole stays. Janiyah's mother calls, revealing FBI was in her home, and Aria died the previous night during a seizure. Janiyah's expression changed immediately, showing an incongruent affect, which means Janiyah's interactions with Aria were hallucinations. No school call or CPS involvement occurred. The manager, aware of Aria's death, had stayed to protect Janiyah from herself and the situation. As the FBI prepares to storm the bank, tear gas is fired, and Janiyah believes she's shot. However, this too is a hallucination. In reality, she surrenders peacefully to Raymond, with Nicole by her side, as the crowd chants for her release. If you enjoyed this recap and want more movie breakdowns like this, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an upload. Got a movie you'd like to see recap next? Drop it in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.